glad you've come back. I hope you've been making art since I saw you last. I know I have. I spend hours every day in my studio. Of course, I'm what's called a professional artist. I don't really know what that means, but it means that I can't stop doing it. And so I'm in the studio all the time. Today we're going to talk about a type of artwork that most of you, I think, at this age, I think that you have heard of it and maybe even heard of some of the artists that made it popular back at the last turn of the century. It's called Surrealism. And during this period of time, another thing that was going on in the world was the birth of psychology and psychiatry, right? There's a really, really famous doctor named Freud. He's like considered the father of psychiatry, right? And Freud was not an artist, but he was a very, very learned man, and he started connecting dreams with when we're conscious, when we're not sleeping and we're not having dreams. And he thought that dreams meant something. I know a lot of us do. A lot of us, we have these weird dreams or these things. Sometimes they feel like they come true. And so throughout the world, Freud and this new medicine called psychotherapy was like almost like a fashion. You know, everybody was talking about it. And artists that were talking about it and actually using dreams in their work really flourished at the time. And a lot of those artists were surrealists. We all kind of know what realism is. When you draw or paint a picture of something real, it looks real. It looks like what you find in real nature. Surrealism, on the other hand, is it looks like it could be real. It looks like it could be, you know, something that could exist in the world, but it can't, you know, because of little things like gravity, you know, things. There was a lot of people who, a lot of artists that use dreams and unusual landscapes to talk about their dreams. And one of them, and the one that I was really fascinated with when I was a young artist, his name was Salvador Dali. He did a lot of his work through dreams that he had. And he tried to draw them. And so I thought maybe today that would be kind of a cool project. I want you guys to think of a real dream. It could be a great dream, it could be a scary dream, it could be a nightmare. And I want you to try to draw a picture of it. And you know, this is kind of difficult because I don't know about your dreams, but in my dreams, it's like something happens here and then you're in another place and with other people and something happens and then, you know, it changes from here and there. And it's very, very surrealistic. It's like, it's not grounded in the laws of gravity and nature. It just, things pop in and pop out all the time. And so what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to draw a moment of a dream, a good one, or a nightmare, and try to do it in such a way that the person that sees it, if people see it, they can go, wow, that looks like a dream, or boy, that sounds like a nightmare to me. So I don't want you to make up one. 99.9% of all human beings dream to some degree. Some dream real elaborate dreams, some people don't. But whatever that is, I want you to try to draw me a picture of what that looks like. And so what I've done here so far is I'm kind of really spelling it out for you. So here's a bed, here I am asleep, right? And I am dreaming, right? I'm dreaming, and up in this bubble that I've created, I'm going to draw a picture of something that when I was a kid, I had this dream all the time. I would say I would have it twice a month for years and years and years. And I called it the running dream. And here I am, and I'm just going to kind of make a cartoon character of me, you know, running big time, you know, in the woods. I'm running in the woods as fast as I possibly can because there is something, someone, or something that's following me. I remember waking up in a sweat, right? And I was in the woods. And it was kind of like a downhill thing, and there was these giant trees in the background that was whisking by me. Now keep in mind, I haven't had this dream since I was probably 8, and I'm old now, but I still remember it because it scared the heck out of me, right? And so the weird thing about it is that out of all the times I ever had this dream, it never caught me. Whatever it was, it never caught me. So at the end of the dream, it was kind of like, you know, I never knew. And for some reason, that kind of scared me even more, right? And then at one point in time in my dream, I heard something behind me, and it was running through the branches and stuff, and I could hear the branches snapping and stuff in the background. And I started running in slow motion. Has that ever happened to you? Whatever it was, it could have been a monster, it could have been a pig, it could have been a bear, it could have been my younger brother. I don't know. All I know is I was trying my best to try to get away from him or it. And all of a sudden I start running, and I'm just running as slow as I can, and I'm trying to speed up. But what's ever chasing me didn't slow down, and it was getting closer and closer. And every time I got to a point where I was about to be chased, I'd wake up. And I'd be breathing hard, and oh my gosh, it was, I don't know, it was really kind of scary for me. And so that's kind of what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to create a downhill, thing, and grass and bushes and, stuff like that, and me running, freaking out, trying to run from some boogeyman of some sort, and it never got me. So just for right now, I want you to think in terms of trying to create a dream that you have or still have that you can remember. Draw it in such a way where everybody that sees it we know it's a dream, and this dream is surrealistic. One of the things, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Avatar, right? I kind of liked it. I saw it in 3D, and one of the most phenomenal surrealistic images were the floating mountains. Remember that scene where these mountains, these almost like these islands in the sky, and they were floating? It looked so real, but it wasn't. It could never be in our world and in our existence. It could never, ever exist. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get you to pick in this picture. Now, if we had more time and we could get some paint out or get some oil pastels or what have you and color these, you could really make it, even more odd and maybe scary or maybe even more funny. But anyway, surrealism is here to stay, especially now with computer graphics. I mean, and all the stuff that we see in these incredible movies with all the special effects. A lot of that stuff is surrealistic imagery. So surrealist artists have never gone away. It's part of the artist's life. There are many kinds of art, and that's just one of them. And at one point in time, there were major artists that lived at the time who actually used their dream imaginations to create their work. And if you need to, I would like for you to maybe get online. His Salvador Dali, if you just punch in DALI, hundreds and hundreds of images will come up, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Creating imaginary things that just look plain real. Anyway, that's about it for me today. I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank the Arts Council of Oklahoma City working with us artists to bring you a lot of different kinds of things that you can do just to get you started, maybe just to maybe teach you just a little bit here and there, especially for you guys who are creatives. I know a lot of you out there are creatives, but so anyway, until we meet again, until I get back in front of this camera, I want you to stay creative, use your imagination, and let's have a peaceful day, the rest of the day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.